thing is for sure, this is one of the most unique places on planet Earth. This is my top 10. And with that, welcome to today's video. My name is Danny, and here we talk travel, health, and mindset. And Singapore, without a doubt, has been one of the favorite cities I've visited in the last year. And with this top 10 list, I want to give you kind of what I would like to see before going to the city. I've been there at this point 4 times. Let's just jump right into it. I'm gonna do it from 10 to 1, and number 10 for me is going to be the Haji Lane. What once used to be just a regular food street turned into a really trendy, a really fashionable street. People go there to take photos, there are really cool restaurants. Number 9 for me is gonna be the Orchard Road. It's one of the major shopping areas in Singapore. It's the upscale shopping area, especially by night. Everything lights up. You have huge stores of all the known brands that you're gonna find anywhere else as well. So if you're into shopping, Orchard Road, Orchard Street is the place to go. On number 8, we have definitely something different, the Ha Par Villa. So this is a theme park. I believe they have over 1,000 statues there, but it's not just boring statues. This place is really one of a kind. These statues are depicting old Chinese tales, history, and legends. But if you have some more time in Singapore, I would give it a shot. No entrance fee, so... My number 7 for today is going to be the Marina Bay area, and everyone who has been following the vlogs from Singapore knows that this is probably my favorite area in the city, mainly because it's so futuristic. I mean, just for once, the Marina Bay Sands, this huge hotel that is standing on 3 pillars and has a ship on top of it, legendary. Right below it, you have the Arts and Science Museum, and with the Marina Bay Sands, you can actually get on top of it. There is a viewpoint to go to the extremely famous pool. I believe it's the longest infinity pool in the world. You have to be guest of the hotels, but the viewpoint, but I believe it's pretty pricey. But from what I've heard, I cannot confirm that, you can just go to the concierge, to one of the guys who are working there, and ask and say them that you want to go to the bar, and they have a bar on top. There you can catch a drink and get the same view. In the evenings, they have a lot of free activities, concert. There's a light show going on, I believe, every single day. They have the Merlions. It lives up to the expectations, at least it did for me. And at number 6, we have once again something that I think I only heard of after my 3rd or 2nd visit, the Henderson Waves. It's a bridge in the form of a wave, and I just looked it up. They've built it within 2 years, and it costed 25 million. I would say they did a pretty good job. It looks amazing overall, the whole area, a lot of greenery. So if you just want to hang out and you can actually walk on the bridge. It's very big. You see a lot of people hanging out there. And at number 5, I have a Bugis Street. So if you're into markets, if you want to experience the local life, get some souvenirs, this is one of the more intense places in Singapore. They're selling everything there, from luggage, souvenirs, t-shirts. Overall, I enjoyed strolling around there, and the prices are also surprisingly good. And what I'm gonna add to it as well is Little India. It's just around a 10-minute walk from there. This is something that you shouldn't miss. At number 4 for today, I have Clarke Quay. So this is known as the party area of Singapore. Going out in the evenings, at nights, you have a lot of restaurants, bars, and actually the whole area is covered by kind of like a roof. So if it's gonna rain, and in Singapore the weather is pretty unpredictable, you're gonna be safe. And because Singapore is very small, as you probably know, you can walk from almost everywhere, but from Clarke Quay to Chinatown is under 10 minutes, and this is gonna be our number 3 for today, Chinatown. So in Chinatown, I personally really enjoyed that it has kind of like a more modern and more touristy side to it, with a big market, tons of souvenirs, stores, which is very aesthetically looking. You have also a few temples, really cool looking houses. You have the more local side where they also have food. It's a lot cheaper. It's like a third or something. Great street food, Chinese food. And we actually stayed in Chinatown, I believe 2 or 3 times. And my number 2 is gonna be the Singapore Zoo. So this is definitely one of my favorite places. There have been a lot of animals I haven't ever seen before, but I would say the biggest and greatest thing about the zoo is just the structure overall. from where the animals are coming. The zoo is structured in a way that you can kind of like dive into the different areas of the planet and cultures. For example, I've spent 3 months in Australia, but in a few hours in the Singapore Zoo, I've seen more Australian animals, kangaroos, that I've seen in Australia actually, which is a little bit embarrassing, but they have a huge variety of animals, and I believe it is one of the best zoos in the world. It has been the best zoo that I've been to yet. But I actually have not been to that many zoos, so take that with a grain of salt. Nevertheless, if you have a spare day and you are into zoo, you are probably gonna see animals that you have never seen before. I can recommend it 100%. At first, I was like, should we go, should we not go? But looking back at it, it has been one of the best experiences. Am I proud? And number 1 for today are gonna be the Gardens by the Bay.
Everything behind for new and exciting.
So the Gardens by the Bay, maybe to some people it might come as a surprise because this is what the city is actually known for. But after coming back once again to Singapore, for me this is just what just sticks in my mind. It's so futuristic, it's one of a kind, nowhere else in the world you would see something like that. So basically, it's kind of like a botanical garden, and they have these so-called super trees, they have the Super Tree Cove, and just the way it looks, overall you feel kind of like in a character of a movie that is set in like the 22nd century. The Singaporeans had the idea to be a city in a garden. So with that, you can also imagine the garden is huge. From the garden you have the view of the Marina Bay Sands. And in the evenings, for example, they do light shows for free. If you're gonna come around at the Gardens by the Bay at around, I don't know, 8 p.m. or you're gonna see people just laying down and then the light show starts. For me, this is just an iconic place and something that definitely shouldn't be missed, and from many travelers who have been there, I would recommend not going like into the pure daytime, either like very early on in the morning or maybe on a brighter day towards sunset. This is when this place gets really magical, and if you're gonna catch the light show, I can promise you, you are gonna love this place. And with that, this has been my top 10 of Singapore. But wait, this is not it, because this is just the places to visit, so to say. I'm gonna do a separate video on things that I really recommend doing, because there are bars where you can get amazing views, restaurants, just places to go for free. I think I'm gonna do kind of like a cheap versus expensive video. It's gonna be the next video, gonna come out in a few days, so be on the lookout for that as well. And if you sticked around all the way until the end, I think it's kind of like a 10-minute video. First of all, thanks a lot, I appreciate it. So if you're still here, drop me in the comments a hashtag got a world to see and tell me whatever, tell me your life story, tell me how your day went. And if you're new on the channel, as mentioned, I am Danny. I've been traveling the world for the past year, and right now on this channel I just share my journey of building the lifestyle that I want to live, sharing with people information about traveling and how to make it affordable, and just creating, I don't want to sound cheesy, but kind of like motivational, inspirational content. Just something, if you watch it, I want you to be pumped for life, to go out there, go after what you want to do. And on that note, I'm gonna leave you, and we're gonna see each other very soon.